Correct data applied. Synchronization of location of course scene technique works. Alright, activate the cranial fountain, the ritual adaptation technique. The cleanup is not complete, but it has been reduced to 2%. The dreadnoughts are also moving away. Okay, now we have to do is rush into the place where Typhoon is. Nevertheless, go with caution. There's a little sign of anything inside the castle, but you never know what might be there. Don't be in charge just because you're an old man. They're fighting amongst themselves again. Don't you ever get tired of it, you guys? But we're all the same, you know? I agree with you. Be as swift as possible. Do not lose their meticulousness. The more timid the rabbit, the harder it is to be hunted. I like it, master. Yeah, let's go! So this is inside the Twilight Castle. More like a castle. I agree. This is more like an ant-hole than a castle. There's no idea of a human being living inside. The castle may be specialized for warfare, but that's why we can't cut corners in terms of livability. There's no way I can give my best while enduring the pain for a long time. The production is also bizarrely simple. If it was intended for siege, it would be designed to lure the enemy troops, but no such workmanship can be seen. Each of the previous castles had its own personality, but this one's too nihilistic. I don't even see the Shadow Knights that was outside. That's a little unexpected, man. Based on the structure of the castle so far, we should be at the central point soon. In the hall, a huge dragon. No, wait, that is the main body of Typhoon. No, it is more like a dragon. It's that the dragon and a propulsion system has merged. Don't tell me it comes from the outer space. Then they are like the gods of Olympus. Yeah, it's probably so. The typhoon that manifests here reveals not a few elements of the other universe. It is the same lineage of the 12 Olympians or something related to it that came into contact with the Earth's environment and acquired the life form and characteristics of the dragon species. Fucking big, but you're a sleeping typhoon. Have you learned the name of sleeping I am? Typhoon. 2, no, like Match said earlier, that you are the main body, you're the alter ego or something. If it's sealed, it stands to reason the body can't move. Why are you doing this? Why? The question makes no sense. I and you are a different direction in life. As long as the dragon species already sees the fate of line, there is no strict free will there. I'm the light that is cast to be so, and storm that is swirling to be so rough. Storm. Damn, what is this bullshit magic? I'm not even properly awake, but I just turned my attention to us, and the instrument is a whole. Hey, Yuki. Senpai! Vital direction damage internal organs and nervous system, initiation, activation, and stabilization techniques through Corsi. Light of Wisdom assists the relevant technique immediately. Yuki, can you hear me? It's okay. I'm sorry, listen. I didn't believe it right away either, but it seems that the typhoon is extremely near phenomenon, even among dragon species. What do you mean? Many of the gods have derived from their own intelligence, from phenomenon and concepts. And the Greek gods who have been involved with men are particularly human. A typhoon is a dragon species that arose to kill the god Olympus. If the occurrence is in midair, it will be even more so. A monster within a monster, which occurred outside of Earth, and it became a phenomenon to kill God. That's why it is possibly pure as a dragon species. A purple-blooded dragon, you say? You kinda get the idea. It sounds like a mountain god. There is so much life swirling around the mountains, and we see it like gods. We recognize the form of gods by capturing the totality of hundreds of million lives. But this guy remains an individual, like a mountain god. This power doesn't even need the recognition of other gods, let alone human beliefs. They were able to overcome the enormous power of the mountains and storms and become a phenomenon and concept. What kind of unbelievable power would it take to do such a thing? Typhoon is phenomenal by judging God. Typhoon is a mechanism of forgetting sin. Is it sin? Will it be blame? Will it be evil? To you, I will give the right end. No, still no. Well, to me. Sure, that's what it sounds like. I guess that's what a high-ranking dragon species is all about. But it just doesn't seem to fit. I sense a strange hatred in you. Even with Thesis and Stereos, it was the same. He was spinning his words inexplicably, attempt to make Thesis despair as if it were a mere phenomenon. If that what you just said is true, they would not have that much ill towards a mere human child. Yeah, even now, sure, I'm pretending to be a dragon. However, the feelings inside can't be hidden so well. I was able to live my time because it was necessary for me to see through their true intentions. Are you really Typhoon? Have you ever wished that you had never come true? A wish? Excuse me? Taigon would have not killed Kamui if he had not won. Rhesus would not be killed Sirius if he had not won. And if he had not won, there would not have been no succession more. You. I'm not just talking about servants. How about you, the Master Kyodia? Have you ever thought about that you wish you had not won? All the flashbacks. It is... Pour yourself together, Yuki. New director. That's not time for questions and answers. As far as I can see, Typhoon body is probably asleep. In all likelihood, it must not be revived. The girl, she seems to be restrained in the least rough way possible. You said Typhoon must not be revived. Huh? I heard you. Your wish is heard. Shadow Knights, deal with them. It's a little bit, but stubborn. Geez, I'm gonna borrow a spirit shell. No, it's no good. They come after one another. I can't handle with my body at this distance. I get it. You're Karakuri. Who are you? You're not Typhoon, but you're not. You're Typhoon, but you're not Typhoon. Plot to me. Yeah, apparently you figured it out. But there is no point anymore. Your wish has been heard. You said you would not revive Typhoon. Your wishes will not come true. Oh hey, you, the pitch black flames. Ouch, so that's how it works. The appearance changed. Will it be a sin? Will it be blame? Will it be evil? Sin is a wish, iniquity is a prayer. Evil is a dream. The old philosopher knew the true nature, desire is the true nature of the ugly monster. And the gods gave, the fruit that makes all wishes come true. Hey, what is this vibration? Come on. Come on, wake now, Typhoon, the Petrical Dragon. Enormous magic reaction. The breath of the dragon species is coming. Now why all of a sudden, what in the world? The magic reaction breath is further increased, the level capable of burning down the entire cities. Oh no, this thing has the energy of Zeus, thunderbolts, which Typhoon stole. Master, we're not going to make it in time. All of you, take shelter in my library. Now open the gates of wisdom. Know the communication of the world. Know where we are going. We who are not omniscient and omnipotent challenge the omniscient, omnipresent, engrave the far-reaching history of their souls. The King's Library. The Great Library of Alexandria. Ultimately, it is. Senpai, look at the screen. The Castle of Twilight. Cocoons. Apparently, even though you skipped the library, the breath ejected you and your coordinates out of the castle. The dragon breaths that took Zeus' thunderbolt even acted on space-time itself. Dragon's breath. But what in the world was that cocoon? Typhoon's cocoon. Even though there'll be a cocoon to make Typhoon grow again, weakened by the fruit of impermanence. What? Growing Typhoon again? Explain this to me, talk to me. What the hell is going on right now? It was half right, half wrong prediction that the mastermind was Typhoon. Half, you say? Certainly he was closely related to Typhoon, but it was not Typhoon who obtained the chalice. I got the chalice facing me and Master, the fruit of impermanence. Typhoon ate it. I see, it's not the divine age for an object to have a personality. Gods were rigid phenomenon or concepts, and in Greek mythology, deification for plants is quite common. That girl was not Typhoon who ate the fruit of pyramids, but the fruit of the pyramids that was eaten by Typhoon. Ah, then in this world she is a servant who wears the role of Typhoon, a role wearer. Her name is servant is ephemeros. It means impermanence, a moment in Greek. And I tell you the fruit impermanence is, the fruit which is all desire to cease to be fulfilled. It's an anti-wish machine, if you will. Anti-wish machine. It's probably why he was so strongly attached to this wish. It's like that instinct to respond to wishes. If we gather to keep Typhoon from reviving in the face of the fruit, that would not let us fulfill our desires. No way. It is resurrecting Typhoon. So that's why it was such a long way. The desire machine itself cannot fulfill its own desires. The same would be true if it were anti-wish machine. Well, you think Typhoon is coming back because of me? The new director is not a bad guy. Yeah, that's out of control. I didn't know who he was either. They probably didn't plan to come to the castle either, so that method was probably the next best thing. But now we know why they created such a singularity. As Paul said, even she, the anti-wish machine, has an instinct for wishes. That's why they created the singularity, to make the pure spirits fight each other. That's probably the way for the anti-Holy Grail gather magical power. Maybe to incite their wishes, but not to make them come true. Wish I won't let happen. Maybe it isn't the first time. She has been on the Holy Grail front lines many times. Time is distorted in the singularity. She retrieves the spirits of the departed who have not had their wish fulfilled. Both to me. What would I do without laughing? I suspected the singularity from the beginning, but I never thought that was the master. The Holy Grail that we all fought was the anti-wish machine. Then are you not the same as I and the boy from the Xcander who chased after the first sea that never existed? There was no forest or ocean. There was no strongest to see Xcander. Everyone chased illusions. Everyone was buoyed by dreams and lost everything. All the strength, all the wisdom, all the courage, all that had no meaning. All the free impermanence was right. It was sin. It was iniquity. It was evil. The dream that I and everyone else had the very source of evil. Fall to me. I'm sorry, let me think about it for a minute. As long as the two eyes are around, we can manage to maintain the large library. Potami. Master. It's a big library with a lot of similar places. Sorry to make you look for me. You showed your ugliness earlier. That's not true. I appreciate you saying so. Excuse me, Potami. I've always wondered, could you possibly be a split thinker? Split thinking. Two abilities are always required of an alchemist of an Atlas Institute. That is fast thinking and split thinking. The former, as the name suggests, speeds up the thought process. The latter is the ability to split and activate multiple thoughts. This isn't just a matter of qualities, it's a prerequisite for using the Atlas Institute technology. You have been able to exercise that mechanical ego in Great Library because you had the ability to do so before you were born, didn't you? You're right, I was born with unusual talent. When I was a child, I thought everyone was like that, but inside of me, there was 5 personalities. 5. It's not a fictional personality, it's the personalities of your parents who raised you and the person you are very close to. It means that we were able to perfectly imitate every gestures, every thoughts, every situation, and everything that anyone would say. At the time, I recognized it as a talent for mimicry, but being too true to life gave me creeps. But my king was amused by my talent. Such a rare thing should be used under my command. On a hill near Maisa's schoolmates, he said, "I'm not sure I've ever seen anything like this before." That is their talent, isn't it? A brilliant talent should be made known for the world. And if they can, they should be used near me. Why? Aha, of course you want to see such an interesting thing up close and personal. What has the secret pulled to me? Not just small knowledgeable in general, but a perfect imitation of someone else's plot. I see Excalibur subjects are well layered. I didn't realize there were many hair trucks people naturally. Mesiah's schoolhouse was wonderful. Above all, I could read all the books I had collected there. The king loved it later in many other stories, but in eccentricity, I would have been better than him. So we were able to predict the societal future, comparable to the alchemists of the Atlas Institute, even before you're born. Do you notice that too? My case was limited to things involving me or people I know, so it's only a future prediction. As my king, I have continued our Eastern expectation. The number of people in my midst increased. He's a fierce general who was said to be the strongest in the army. A knight pillar of army, the first secretary, who was also the peak of both his civilian and military abilities. He's one of the 7 guards in the inner circle. Just like me, he was called the utter conquering king, a friend of the king. His sister is nameless, the one-eyed general, the lion-slaying hero, and the silver-shielded champion, the Brahmin without wisdom and his followers, the half-sister of the king, the female general. Oh, there is really no end to it. Everyone shined in those days. And of course my king is unparalleled glory. And with the death of the king, I and everyone else fell. How empty was Babylon Council to carry on the legacy of their king's death and the succession wars that followed. In that silly exchange, I was one step ahead of them. Their thoughts and personality rose inside me. Use that ability. I used my inner personality to set up the other successors. It was surprisingly easy. As a friend who had fought together, I knew everything. And all the abilities I had, the one could best compete with them was culture. Culture against. I decided to twist the story of Egypt and the pharaoh into a story of a king and myself. He became a pharaoh himself, and our king did, and revived a number of ancient Egyptian rituals. He even united our dead kings with the god whom the people of Egypt worshipped. King to god. Possibly was more familiar with Egyptian mythology than anyone else in Egypt at the time. It was originally a fusion closer between Greek and Egyptian mythology, reconstructed with its own priestly orders as well. All of them said that Excalibur was the son of Zeus, and Amon-Ra, the chief of gods of both mythology. Son of Zeus and Amon-Ra. Yes, I have a plan to place my king at the center of the mythology and construct a new Egyptian mythology. He built several temples, created a new god, and invited scholars and priests to support him. Of course, other successors also took my king as their cause, but there's no doubt that my hand was the most drastic. Faith back then was more significant than it is now, you know. How difficult would have been for other successors to attack the state religion, with Excalibur as its foundation. Indeed, you're the best student in Mesiah's schoolhouse. I knew very well how much they held the king scared. Knowing he used the culture of Smith as a shield, he used culture as a sword. Therefore, although all his successors were strong, they were unable to hurt I. Stories are seeds of dreams, the food for prayer, and the foundation of wishes. The most beautiful thing I learned in the beautiful Mesiah schoolhouse. That is why those words were fatal to me. Sin is a wish, iniquity is a prayer. Evil is a dream. The old philosopher knew it was a true nature. Desire is the true nature of the ugly monster. Yeah, that's right. I have turned the story I loved so much into a bloody one for my own wish. In other words, Paltumi was. He ruled his own country through stories, and he caused the death of his comrades in arms through stories. I shadowed him with what I consider my most beautiful and most precious. As a result, even the king Katsuko was sacrificed. Or perhaps it could have been avoided if it had not been for the king's mother. So that was evil. Young Paltumi, you are not yet the current I am. With this body, I certainly don't feel it though. Still, it's the same thing that allows me to think at divisions. I can reproduce the thoughts of the old me. I know what you're talking about. You and my king are trying to tell me that you and my king were both dancing in the tail after all. They dance to the tale. There is an ocean of endings, and the strongest should inherit. I, who loved the story, also loved it so much that I turned the power into a weapon. It's indeed hell. It makes me want to throw away the land. That is why Platoon was so. On top that it wouldn't be fair, old man. What? It could have been a sin. It could have been a sin. However, it was own evil. It's not acceptable. I wouldn't know. I know you were trying not to spill blood. I thought that if I used that story, I would not have to cross the contradiction with my former comrades and ours. We thought that if we defied the king, we could share that once again our journey to the far east. Of course, there must have been calculations. Naturally, there would have been a conspiracy. Still, I would not allow you to deny everything, even if it's me. Even if you're the old and wise me, I will not let you deny the heat that's flowing through me now. It is. Me too, I think. Sugitani. It is still on the edge of being a monk. This isn't the first time I heard such regrets. But you know what? Ultimately, people live their own stories, no matter how they do it. Just as you have created a new story of God, the story of Buddha is a long, widely rooted story. The story is in every blade grass, every leaf, every petal poto. There is no right or wrong answer. The grass leaves, and the flowers are just there. The mountains, the sea, and the skies are all there. Just by being there, a story will be born. Sin, blame, and evil will come naturally. There are a lot of bad things, and there are probably many more bad things than good things. But that doesn't make it wrong. Those who are here now, even if they are dead, can't be wrong, they say. Well, to me. I agree. Yuki, even if the path you're taking is a mistake. You who have walked the walk will not be a mistake. Okay. Just because you took a wrong turn doesn't mean you walked the wrong way. Even if it writes the wrong book, it is the book that is to be denied, not the human being. Like even if I missed a shot at a key opponent, I'm still recorded I missed. No, I've not made that kind of mistake. Hey, old man. Nonsense, forgive me. I intended to cool off on my own, but I ended up relying on them. Please forgive me. Of all people, how can I overlook my own attitude? I heard it without asking, because it is what I received from my predecessors. That too. But how do we fight it if we don't? The real typhoon will awaken. As long as the subject on the side is anti-wish machine, the power to make wishes unfulfilled cannot function. It's an isolated monster that spits out that much breath even when it's almost asleep. Wait a minute, anti-wish machine. Then there may be someone more qualified for the job than I am. The right people for the job. Wait for me, I bring him right back. I see, I heard what you said. In that case, I would certainly be the right person for the job. I am the most knowledgeable person in Chaldea today when it comes to Holy Grail as an expiration machine. Malloy 2. Oh, and it would be great if you could give me it too. It is somewhat heavy name for me. I heard Platoon was talking about the original decree. That's what always stuck with me. The only time the decree in that form recorded in Chaldea is the time the Holy Grail occurred in Fuki City. It seems the Holy Grail manifest in this Holy Grail war in Fuki City had an extremely powerful aspect of the Desire Machine. So it is a chalice that Mirasbil Lee, the former director of Chaldea, got. Fuki City. And I heard that this Holy Grail war in Fuki City happened to be more than once in the world of MY 2. Depending on how you count it, it broke out 5 or 6 times at a time I had authority to investigate. So I'm probably the most knowledgeable of the function of the chalice as a Desire Machine. Let's conclude it's possible to neutralize the fruit of impermanence, Typhoon Emperors. Seriously. Really. I guess the logic is this: since they heard the wishes not resurrect Typhoon and it was not granted, they will resurrect him. Then if we interfere with its authority as an anti-wish machine, the weakening of the Typhoon itself would also be frustrated. And the fruit of impermanence. The anti-wishful thinking machine at the same time holds the property of being an anti-chalice. It can be neutralized by the chalice. You should already be in possession of a piece of the whole Grail in this singularity. A drop in the chalice. Correct answer. Even though it's a stronger aspect of magical resource than the chalice of the frequency, of course, also the nature of the desire machine. Otherwise, this whole Grail battle would never have been begun. If used properly, it should be enough to weaken the freedom permanence. I think Potami would be a good at that kind of thing. Well, you can find such a technology in my library. But the way you just said it, you know me firsthand. Oh, am I right? I heard you are a wise man of the Holy Grail, but have I been summoned as a servant too? This is a story of my world, not relevant here. It's a long story and not worth precious time. But may I ask you just one thing, may I, master? Go ahead. Then I would like to ask the two poems to me. Was your journey with Iskander Conquer worth it? Well, you little Iskander, you have ridden together with my king with the battlefield. It was only a couple of weeks ago. What does that time have to do with it? I'm not sure if that nameless person would be offended by such a thing. Oh, an army of the king. It didn't even matter if they were friend or foe. The only thing that mattered is that a group of people was whether they wanted to look up to the same stars and dreams in the same dreams. The same dream, huh? It's funny, isn't it? All the big men were saying to the king, please let me follow your back. Let me see the forest sea with you. And to answer your question, I was wondering the same thing earlier. That's for sure. No matter how many decades pass, nothing will change. But again, there are no answers. A journey so fulfilled passions could have been sin. It may have been sin, and it may have been iniquity. Still, I can't lose the glow of that moment from this chest. If my king's over there, tell him I am still dreaming the same dream. Thank you very much. I'll be sure to let you know. I hope you manage to find any means to do so. But I guess I need another plan to approach the fruit of prudence again. I can't think of any way to break through it if they make such a sturdy cocoon. When it was a castle, there was a place where it could be destroyed, but it's become stepped in an instant city. That guy can handle it. Yeah, it'll work. Is there a way? I got something special for you. I just need to be prepared. That's right, preparation is necessary. Besides, I wasn't going to do it again, but I had to ask one more time. This time there will be no night and day, so you can choose freely on your feelings. Come on, master, which one will you take me?